New tractor, new tire chains for the winter. Welcome back to GP Outdoors. Today I'm going to tell you what type of chains I bought for this winter, where I got them, and we're going to install them. Hope you'll stick around. Cheers. Over the past 2 years, I've had a number of different subscribers recommend the Aquiline brand of tire chains. And most recently, shortly after I got this tractor, heard from another subscriber who had just recently purchased a pair for, I believe it was this B2650. Said the service was great, the tire chains were awesome, and he was really happy with the purchase. So I thought I'd take a little time to investigate, do a little research, before I just went ahead and ordered the same H-pattern V-hook chains I had last year. Wallingford's is a distributor and a supplier for the logging industry and has been for decades. They supply chains for loggers, skidders. They provide a number of different types of heavy-duty equipment, cabling, fasteners, all kinds of things. And they also supply chains for tractors, big or small, ATVs, skid steers, all kinds of equipment. So I gave them a call. I told them the type of tractor I had, the size of wheels. I explained to them the types of severe winters that we get up here in central Ontario. And he recommended a box pattern chain that's studded. Then put me in touch with one of their dealers, tirechainsrequired.com. I spoke to Bill there, and within 4 or 5 days, the chains were sitting at the front of my house, ready to be put on the tractor. Let's see what came in the crate. These chains are about 75 pounds a piece. They're 10 millimeter or 3/8 inch chain, and they're studded. I was also pleased to see that they provided me with a number of different spare or extra cross links, as well as some spare side links, and a number of what they call additional links that are their slant connecting links. Got a number of pieces of hardware, a couple of additional shackles. I also purchased a set of chain tighteners. Before I begin the installation, I collapsed my 3-point hitch so that it gives me a lot more room to work on the side of the tire. If you have a small compact tractor as I do, it's highly likely that you're going to need to purchase and install a set of wheel spacers in order to get enough space between the inside of your fender and the sidewall of the tire for these large 3/8 inch chains. First step is we want to lay this chain out, sprawl it out down the driveway. We want the fasteners facing the front. You want to take a few minutes, spread it out nice and wide, make sure that your studs are facing up and that you've got any of the twists or turns out of the chain before you begin to put it on the tractor. Let's pull the tractor up beside the chain. Remember, your fasteners should be at the front. You've got your studs up, and we're going to pull this chain up and we're going to see if we can drape it over the tire. You want to make sure at the front of the tire that you've got a little bit here under the ground so that once you start to roll forward, it'll grab. And make sure that your fasteners stay to the sides of the wheel and both on the inside and the outside so you don't run them over. I'm already liking this box pattern. It sits really nice right across my R4 treads, doesn't fall in. And what's nice about the length of these cross chains is they tend to line up right with the edge of the tread on both sides. So it helps me to make sure I've got it centered in the middle. So I'm going to take the tractor, I'm going to roll it forward until I get the fasteners to come up, and the end or the tails of these chains should rest somewhere about working height here, chest height, because it'll be a lot easier for me to get the fasteners on. We'll try this spot first. That into the inside. Important note about your fastener. I believe you want to make sure that once you've picked your link, you pull these up so that your fastener hooks on your last link. And at the bottom of the fastener, it's important that you're hooking it through the inside part of the link and not on the outside part. These are your slant connecting links, top and bottom. If you'll remember, they've got an angle cut, and these links will slide in an angle and connect. I'm going to need to make sure that I remove as much slack as possible so I can get this bottom box to come up and for these slant connecting links to interchange. think I pretty much got all the slack out of it. So now what I want to do just to get that little extra bit of slack to make them meet is I'm going to remove the shackle on either side. That'll allow a little bit of slack, which will get me to put the slant through each other. Then I'll put the shackle back. It did. Great. So with both sets of my slant connecting links in and my box complete, I took my cross chain, reshackled it back where it was, but we're not finished yet. While I was off camera, I put the other chain on. It took me about 5 or 6 minutes. It's actually pretty simple once you kind of get the hang of it. However, we've only hand tightened, for lack of a better word, these chains onto the tires. You think that they're firm or that they're tight, but now we need to take the tractor for a 4 or 5 minute run down the driveway. What that's going to do is it's going to allow the chains to naturally start to settle or shift to where they may or may not be. Make sure you drive forward a bit, reverse several times, take a few corners, and then bring her back here. Like myself, you're probably going to find that even though you thought you had it tight, there's a bunch of slack hanging down on the ground either in the front or the rear of the tire. Not a problem. Chain has shifted a bit and settled in on your tread. So you just repeat the process with the fasteners only. All you need to do is undo your fasteners, see if you can get the fastener to go up one more link. In my case, I was actually able to get it up another link. Tighten, do the inside first, then come to the outside of the tire. And of course, when I was done, I had a much tighter chain wrap on this tire. The inside fasteners were easy to put on and to get up one more link. The outside took a little bit of heft. I got them on, but it kind of took a little bit to get them under. So they were pretty tight on this tread. But then I just took it for another quick run down the driveway, and as you can see, it's loosened up slightly because these were pretty tight to the rubber, but now they're, I can get my fingers in. So I think I'm in good shape. I'm not sure if this is recommended or not, but for me, to finish off the job, I'm gonna take some steel wire. I'm just gonna simply wire up some of these loose connecting links here to the side. And as well, you'll know that you have a number of different shackles on the chain. I'm just going to put the wire through the eyelet, tie it down. In the unlikely event that over the winter time, the pin on these shackles starts to want to turn, the wire will hold it in place. Well, that's a wrap. I'm now winter ready. Wanted to send out a big thanks to Eric at Wallingford's for the excellent response and service, and to Bill at TireChainsRequired.com for his excellent customer service and speedy shipping. As I've done in the past, for subscribers, I'll give you updates throughout the winter and let you know how these chains are performing in these conditions. Thanks so much for sticking around today. I hope the video was of help or at least informative. If you like the channel, please click subscribe, hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting more videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful and safe week with your families. Please be kind to one another. I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers. As you know, I bought the optional set of chain tensioners. A few folks have told me that if you've done a good job of getting the chains on and they're fit the tire correctly, that you probably don't need those tensioners. It's an option. So for the first time, I'm going to try these chains out without any tensioners, see what happens as we go forward. If I find it's starting to get slack or it's shifting and I need the tensioners, I can put them on in 5 minutes. So I'm going to hold out and see how it is without tensioners.